12 signs that you are an amazing driver. Driving is one of those skills that most people believe they've mastered, yet truly exceptional drivers are surprisingly rare. While anyone can learn to operate a vehicle and follow basic traffic rules, becoming an amazing driver requires a combination of technical skill, situational awareness, emotional intelligence, and continuous self-improvement. If you're wondering whether you've reached that elite level of driving excellence, here are 12 definitive signs that indicate you're not just a good driver, but an amazing one. 1. You maintain perfect situational awareness. Amazing drivers possess an almost supernatural ability to process multiple streams of information simultaneously. You're not just watching the car directly in front of you. You're monitoring the behavior of vehicles 3 or 4 cars ahead, checking your mirrors every few seconds, and keeping track of pedestrians, cyclists, and potential hazards on the periphery. This 360-degree awareness means you're rarely caught off guard by sudden changes in traffic patterns or unexpected obstacles. You notice when a car 2 lanes enters, suggesting the driver might be distracted or impaired. You spot brake lights lighting up far ahead before the traffic wave reaches you, allowing you to begin slowing down gradually rather than braking hard at the last moment. 2. Your following distance is always appropriate. One of the clearest indicators of driving excellence is maintaining proper following distance in all conditions. Amazing drivers understand that the 3-second rule is just a starting point, and they adjust their following distance based on weather, road conditions, vehicle capabilities, and traffic density. In rain, you increase your following distance. When driving behind a large truck that blocks your view, you drop back further. During rush hour stop-and-go traffic, you maintain enough space to avoid constant braking while still keeping traffic flowing smoothly. This skill demonstrates both technical knowledge and the patience to resist the urge to tailgate, even when other drivers are being aggressive or inconsiderate. 3. You anticipate rather than react. Reactive driving is the hallmark of an average driver, while predictive driving separates the amazing ones from the pack. You don't just respond to what's happening now, you're constantly reading the road ahead and anticipating what will happen next. When you see a bull roll into the street, you're already slowing down before you even see if a child will follow. When approaching a green light that's been green for a while, you're prepared for it to change. You notice when the car in the next lane has their turn signal on, and you create space for them to merge rather than speeding up to block them. This anticipatory approach to driving makes you safer, smoother, and more courteous on the road. 4. Your acceleration and braking are silky smooth. Amazing drivers have mastered the art of smooth inputs. Your passengers rarely feel jerked around because you understand how to accelerate progressively and brake gradually. You know that smooth doesn't mean slow, it means efficient and comfortable. When merging onto a highway, your acceleration is confident and decisive, reaching the appropriate speed before the merge point. When coming to a stop, you begin braking early and ease off the pressure as you approach the stop line, coming to a gentle halt rather than an abrupt stop. This smoothness isn't just about comfort, it's also about vehicle control, fuel efficiency, and reducing wear on your brakes and tires. 5. You use your mirrors and signals religiously. While many drivers treat mirrors and turn signals as optional accessories, amazing drivers use them consistently and effectively. You check your mirrors frequently, not obsessively, but regularly enough to maintain awareness of your surroundings. When changing lanes, you don't just glance at your mirror. You check your blind spot and use your turn signal well in advance of the maneuver. You signal even when you think no one is around because you understand that consistency builds good habits, and there might be someone you didn't see. You also know when to turn off your signal manually rather than letting it blink indefinitely after completing a turn. 6. You adapt seamlessly to different conditions. Weather, lighting, and road conditions don't faze amazing drivers because you've developed the ability to adapt your driving style appropriately. In rain, you slow down, increase following distance, and avoid sudden movements. In fog, you use your fog lights correctly and resist the urge to overdrive your vision. During night driving, you're careful about your high beams, ensuring you're not blinding oncoming traffic while maximizing your own visibility. On unfamiliar roads, you reduce your speed slightly to account for unknown curves, intersections, or hazards. This adaptability shows that you understand driving is not a one-size-fits-all skill, but rather a constantly evolving challenge that requires ongoing adjustment. 7. You understand vehicle dynamics and physics. Amazing drivers have an intuitive understanding of how physics affects their vehicle's behavior. You know that a loaded car takes longer to stop, that wet roads reduce traction, and that taking a curve too fast can result in understeer or oversteer. You understand weight transfer during braking and acceleration and how it affects your car's handling. This knowledge influences how you drive. You're more cautious when your car is heavily loaded. You know how your vehicle will behave in emergency situations, and you can feel when you're approaching the limits of traction before actually losing control. This technical understanding makes you both safer and more capable in challenging situations. 8. You show exceptional courtesy without being a pushover. The balance between courtesy and assertiveness is perhaps the most challenging aspect of amazing driving. You're generous with lane changes, allowing others to merge when safe to do so. You don't block intersections during heavy traffic, even when it means waiting through another light cycle. You use your headlights to signal other drivers when it's safe to merge in front of you. However, you're not so courteous that you become unpredictable or dangerous. You don't stop on a busy road to let someone out of a parking lot if it would create a hazard. You understand that sometimes being is more important than being polite. 9. You never drive while distracted or impaired. This might seem obvious, but amazing drivers take the concept of undistracted driving to a higher level. You don't just avoid texting while driving. You pull over to take important calls rather than using hands-free devices during complex driving situations. You eat before getting in the car or wait until you reach your destination. You're honest about your fitness to drive. If you're too tired, emotional, or otherwise impaired, you find alternative transportation. You understand that driving requires your full attention and that even legal distractions can compromise your ability to respond to unexpected situations. 10. You continuously work to improve your skills. Amazing drivers never stop learning and improving. You pay attention to your mistakes and near misses, using them as learning opportunities rather than just shrugging them off. You might take advanced driving courses, practice specific skills like parallel parking or backing up with a trailer, or study new traffic laws and regulations. You're open to feedback from passengers and other drivers, and you regularly assess your own performance. You understand that driving skills can atrophy without practice, so you stay sharp by challenging yourself with different routes, conditions, and situations. 11. You have excellent spatial awareness and judgment. Amazing drivers possess an almost sixth sense about spatial relationships. You can judge distances accurately, whether you're parallel parking, merging into traffic, or determining whether you have enough room to pass safely. You know exactly where your car's corners are, allowing you to navigate tight spaces confidently without scraping or hitting obstacles. This spatial awareness extends to understanding the space needs of other vehicles. 2. You give motorcycles and bicycles appropriate clearance. You understand that large trucks need more room to maneuver, and you can accurately judge whether a gap is large enough for another vehicle to merge safely. 12. You remain calm and rational under pressure. Perhaps the ultimate sign of an amazing driver is your ability to remain composed when things go wrong. When faced with an aggressive driver, mechanical failure, severe weather, or an emergency situation, you don't panic. Instead, you methodically work through the problem, prioritizing safety above all else. You don't engage in road rage or respond emotionally to other drivers' mistakes. You understand that everyone makes errors, and you respond to dangerous situations with skill and composure rather than anger or fear. This emotional regulation is crucial because it allows all your other driving skills to function effectively even under stress. Conclusion: being an amazing driver isn't about speed, flashy maneuvers, or expensive cars. It's about consistently demonstrating skill, awareness, courtesy, and judgment in all driving situations. If you recognize yourself in most or all of these 12 signs, congratulations, you're likely among the small percentage of truly exceptional drivers on the road. If you're still working toward this level of excellence, use these characteristics as a roadmap for improvement. Remember that amazing driving is not a destination but a continuous journey of skill development and mindful practice.